Hello, hi everyone. A very warm welcome to this afternoon session. And as you know, that this year Manavotsav is very much around community empowerment. So last year we have been doing things around community resilience, and this year we're trying to link the community resilience to community empowerment. So thank you very much for joining us, and also we've got a wonderful session today to start with. We have got with us Soma Mitra, who is going to teach us around watercolor. And as you know, the session, we will be doing lots of painting this afternoon, which I'm looking forward to myself as well. And we have got participants who are with us in the studio today, and they are going to be painting with us, and we will be sharing with the audience. But remember, we are going to do some of the other sessions as well with Soma going forward, but we'll do that. We'll show that video towards the end of today's session. So as we get started, let me introduce a little bit. So Soma Mitra, she is by profession a self-taught artist, an educator, and an art therapy practitioner, and the founder of an art institution called Blue Palette. As you can see, they have got a Facebook page, they have got an Instagram page, but if you want to get in touch with them, you can also contact them over their WhatsApp. And academically, she has done her MBA in finance, and Shoma has started her career in banking. However, soon she decided to quit the job and take a bold step to pursue her real calling, fine arts. And she has been practicing, possibly, I mean, Soma is going to tell us her background, but of course, because we have been working together now for a while, and I know that this has been her journey since she started, and of course, I'm not going to go into much details around that. But over 12 years, she is working with various mediums like watercolor, acrylics, pastels, watercolor being her personal favorite. Her works are displayed in various art shows in India and abroad, and she has got a website as well if you want to go and have a look at. And her institution, Blue Palette, provides a tailor-made art courses that fits learner age, ability, inclination, and purpose. And with the belief that art is more about freedom of expression, the courses hardly follow the one-size-fits-all kind of curriculum. And it's very much catered to the requests, to the needs of their audiences. Working with a diverse, high diversity of students, Shoma realized the enormous psychological and physiological benefits of art. And that's where she started engaging on the therapy side. And she has, of course, and she's pursuing at the moment lots of courses to kind of make it more powerful medium. She started exploring art from a therapeutic viewpoint, a road less traveled. However, she is on it at the moment. She now practices art therapy, where she uses art to help the doer bleed emotions on paper, relax, and rejuvenate his or her stressed mind. Her art therapy sessions are all about being in the flow and enjoying the process. So we will be also displaying her art and how you can contact her, her Instagram, her WhatsApp, everything is going to be scrolled. So look out for that during the session. But can we now welcome Soma to our session here. Thank you very much for joining us and giving us your time. It's going to be a wonderful afternoon. Yeah, and evening.
Hi, hello Indrani.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me in this show. Um, it's a wonderful thing. This Manav Utsav is happening like for community resilience, and on I am following you closely. I have been into a few of your programs. Really motivating and empowering. It's really nice. Okay. So So
Sorry, I
talking
was
about
keeping my microphone mute because of that reason. It sometimes echoes. So I'll keep it muted and I'll let you get started. But what I've done your introduction, of course, but we want to know more from your about your experience and how long you have been painting, and if you give us a little bit of that. Thank you.
Okay, so see, I have been painting since my childhood, but in between, because of studies, like what happens, ki we get detached from our hobbies. It started as a hobby, but I got detached from it for pursuing my studies and career and all those things. So as you said, ki my career, I started as a banker, in a banking profile, because my entire family is are bankers. So that was the only thing we could see at that time. So I started my banking career, and very soon I realized, like, there's something else I'd like to do. Like, why not, I can make something I love. I can do something I love. So there, the thing I loved most is art. So I thought ki, let me indulge in art and see. Now both of the career, like art and finance, all these things cannot go together. So there I thought of, like, yes, letting go of one for pursuing the other. It was really a hard call at that time, but I thought, yes, I will go for it. So that was the beginning, back in 2008. And from that was the beginning of everything. Soon I started my whatever my skills were there at that point of time. I started uh, sharing my skills, I would say. I would not, never call me myself a teacher. Rather, I would share whatever I know about art and all, because see, there was one point of time I have seen this kind of guidance were not available to a lot of people. So that's what where I thought ki, let me be handhold a few of the kids, or someone who would like to pursue a career, or maybe just pursue art. So that was the beginning, and since last 12 years I am into this field. And slowly, when there was number of students, and uh, again, I don't call them students, they are just mentees. I am trying to mentor them. So so we formed Blue Palette. So if you can run the video of Blue Palette, I can talk about it. Hello. Yeah. So see, Blue Palette is more than art classes. We do art classes, workshops, exhibitions. So this is a few pictures of our art classes. Now the classes are online and offline. So we do workshops for even senior people, for all age groups basically, from kids to seniors. And last year, just before the pandemic broke out, so we had this exhibition of our students, where a lot of artworks got sold. It was a wonderful event, very encouraging for the students. So this is another initiative for senior citizens, geriatrics. So we did some art event, and they were really happy. You can see from the picture, they were enjoying the event. So now another initiative of Blue Palette is, like, we generally visit the NMMC schools over here and try to do some activity for them. So that was one activity. Again, that was before, like, we did an art contest, but just after that the pandemic broke out, and so we could not do much about it. But yeah, we have plans of doing such kind of art activity. Basically, we believe, like, we need to reach out to the maximum, like maximum people through art. Like, there are people who cannot enjoy the benefits and the joy and the fun of art. So we even want to reach out to them as well. So that's a little bit about blue palette.
I think that's very interesting. And the thing is that, you have been doing it across different age groups. And I think that's particularly important because when we are talking about art, sometimes people visualize art as something linked to children or something linked to artists, but actually there cannot be something in between. So I mean, I I think that this is a kind of narrative that we are trying to build, that you don't have to be a perfectionist to do something. And would you like to give us an idea on why you chose watercolor? You're muted.
So yeah, so among all the mediums like oil, pastel, pencil, and acrylic, watercolor, so I find watercolor the most challenging one. Like, in watercolor, if something is done, it is done. Now you have to work on it after that. So that's a challenge. So here comes another thing, like you need to accept yourself, accept your mistakes, and then move on. So that's the beauty of watercolor. And I love the transparency of the medium. I love the again the challenge part comes in, is something I can connect with myself, maybe my character or something. So there is something where I really can connect with the most. I have worked with all the mediums, but most appealing, if you call, yes, I'll say watercolor. Indrani.
Oh God. I think it's the technical my problem actually here. So not to worry. I think that it's a kind of a possibly what you are saying there is very much around watercolor helps you to express, and I have seen that in my own kids, like around us, and I've seen in the schools that what they like is not how you do the strokes is not very important to them, but they like to get messy around. So those kind of colors, those kind of prints on their t-shirts, and they come out like as if they have done something, like they have kind of won something, and it's a kind of a achievement. So they like to get painted, and I think that that's the thing, that's the fun bit possibly that watercolor can bring, and
Perfect.
especially we
Perfect.
can get a lot more kind of therapeutic thing from it.
So yeah, that's where watercolor is most appealing. I find it like we can do anything. Like you can sprinkle some colors. You can play with them, and you can enjoy when one color mixes with the other. It becomes something completely different. So that is something we really can. I find very interesting, and I guess a lot of people enjoy that thing. So the mixing and the matching of the colors, the splashing of the colors, the the Indrani, I guess you are muted. Yes, Indrani, you were saying something. I guess some network issues over
I think
there.
I've network issues, so what I will do is I'll put my camera off for
No
now.
worries, no worries. You can take your time. Hi
Okay.
Kamla. Hi Tejasvi.
Yes, so we have got our participants here now, and so before we move on to possibly, I would like to ask a few more questions around, how do you think that the watercolor or the painting actually empowers adolescents, and the, because you keep on coming and referring to that painting empowers.
Yeah.
And
So yes. So see it is enormous. Like the benefits of watercolor, especially for the adolescents. So if art is a cathartic process. catharsis where you can express yourself. Now what happens, I have seen like the adolescent kids over here, over everywhere, I guess, they when they reach adolescence, they go through some physiological and psychological changes. That is the time when the peer pressure comes in, the stress, different stress, school and future, everything slowly comes into their life. So that time, research has said कि if you have painting have the benefits, they can treat and prevent depression. So so when this creativity, when you are creating something, you're getting into the flow of making an art piece. You are taking your mind for a point, for a little bit while, you're taking your mind out of that problems, whatever is happening around you. So another thing which happens is like, hand mind and eye coordination. Like you are focusing on your art piece, number one. Number two, your hand is engaged, your hand is moving in a particular way, and that synchronizes with your breathing. So see, this taking your mind off, the breathing synchronization, these are all meditative things. You all get all these benefits in meditation. So that way, art actually gives you that meditative experience. Now see, we cannot ask an adolescent kid, and we cannot expect them to come and meditate. Like we can ask them, but it is really difficult for them. But the same benefits we can get through art. So it comes us down, it relaxes us, and it builds the psychological resilience in them. Number one. Number two is when they see the art piece. I'm not going into whether it is beautiful. See, beauty is something which the like, it is very subjective thing. So whatever the outcome is, that is very rewarding. So that actually activates the reward center of our brain, which stimulates dopamine, and it has all been proved in researches. So that way, art is immensely helpful for adolescent kids. Yes, Indrani.
Yeah, and that's really, I mean, do you think that it kind of helps boost that kind of cognitive skills as well? So say for example, what people say that you need to do more of a English and maths rather than doing the painting. So what you are saying is that reverse that narrative. And I can see that in schools as well, that the practices are changing gradually, where we are talking about art and paint and play with colors to then go to maths, because of course art involves those kind of things as well. So do you think that it kind of supports and enhances?
Yeah, see, as I told you, a lot of research is going on this field, and they are coming out with this kind of findings. I'll give you an example, Indrani. Like, see, if you want to cut a tree, you need to sharpen your instrument, right? So otherwise, if you just keep on hitting the tree with a blunt instrument, it doesn't give you the result which is required. So the same thing, suppose you want to go for, you want to enhance your skills in maths or English or any other subject. You are giving 2-3 tuitions and all, like, yeah, of course, maybe it is required, but maybe somewhere, we are missing what is actually required. Maybe we require some cognitive skill development, we require some memory skill development. So all these things, I can say, can be achieved because art has proved, like, to be strengthening memory. So when people who are generally practicing art, they have this conceptual visualization and implementation. So that actually, builds up the memory part, that strengthens your recollection skills and all. So this is one point. And then art also, as we know, okay, when we do creativity, generally there are two sides of our brain, and like one right and left. Artists are generally believed to be right minded people, but I would like to differ over here. They have, so see, they have in when there is what I was saying is ki, yeah, artists are said to be like the right-minded people, but generally what happens is when you practice art now, both the hemisphere of your brain are working together. So you are actually together. A development is more holistic, I'll say. So that's how it is. The cognitive development is more wholesome. Yes. So that's why the schools are realizing it, and even like in India also, the schools are integrating art into every subject. Like till 12th grade, they have made art compulsory. Art integration has been made compulsory. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. No, that's great to know. And just moving on from that to then go into where sometimes parents, or as we as well, we kind of always think that, okay, well, I'm not an artist, I can't draw, I can't paint, and that's not the thing for me. And I think that there are many others who will think exactly how I am thinking at the moment, that I can't draw, I can't paint. What would be your advice to them? Like, how difficult is it for us to draw and that kind of thing?
So Indrani, I'll say ki like every one of us are creative. We just do not know. See, every one of us have can you just give them a brush and ask them to paint a wall, a door, maybe maybe the grills or something. They can do that, isn't it? So just swashing your brush, that much is required. Now we do not ask, like, we are not asking you to make a, like, Picasso piece or a Van Gogh. No, not like that. We don't need that. You just express yourself, and with art you can express your personality. So that is important. We are not asking you to make a Instagram worthy or a Pinterest worthy art piece. So that is what I am going to show you today. Like watercolor, a lot of people fears, no, I can't do watercolor, it's a so difficult medium. So we can show you, we can just see, I have sent you a few watercolors which are very basic. Anyone can do that. One can do that. I guess not this ones. This is simple, very very. Yeah, see, just this one. Take this, yellows and blues, and they mix and make some greens in between, and it makes a nice one, a sky and a water kind of thing. Now, does it require much skill? I will say no. Anyone can do this. You just mix the colors and you get this. See, another wonderful piece. So this person, and another thing I'd like to say, see, we feel in colors. Whenever we give someone, like someone just a blank sheet of paper or a blank canvas, and ask them to do anything with their brush and the colors available, you will see they will pick up exactly those colors which are resonating with their mood at that point of time. So this person who is taking a blue and a brown, so might be like see, he is in a calm piece of, like, calming effect. You can see it just looks like a seashore with some sand and some sea and some sky, like that. So I will say that this person at that point of time was thinking about that only. That's why this art has come out. And he I do not remember who this person is. So he was not particularly an artist, so he just wanted to do something to de-stress, and that's why he made this. You see another one. So again, some playing of colors for the sky and mountain, like this kind of mountain too we used to make when I guess we are in KG or something, nursery. We used to make this triangle kind of mountains. See, Tejashri can resonate with that. We all like I would like to say here, Tejasvi is teacher. She is taking classes for blue palette.
Hello,
So
everyone.
hi Tejasvi. So yeah, so she is taking classes, so she can also like come in here and tell us her experience about how the how people, like how her students do about art, like how she finds them.
Would you like to? Hi, Tejashvi. Very nice to see you here. And thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah,
Would you like to share some experience? So, how is it like? How is it like when you actually do the lessons? And as Shoma was saying, that you will be able to add some bits.
yeah, sure. Uh, Actually, I was from, I would say I was from pharma field. I was not in this field, but because of Soma, like what happened when I left my job, I felt like I'm missing something and I want to do something. I want to earn my time. So I just made few sketches, and that was mainly for my kids, for their coloring purpose. And then I came to know about Soma, and I met her. And then from there my journey started, and then I realized, she made me realize that art is something different, and she brought out like what Tejasvi is really, or what I want. And then she guided me for like art and all, and even she inspired me for conducting classes, mainly for the younger children, like they're looking at their energy level and all those things and my interest. So compiling all those things, she suggested me to conduct classes for the younger group, and from there my journey started. So this is what, like mainly the benefits I can find out, the Tejasvi which is inside me, so I can bring her out. And even like it is a very good time, and like a very relaxing activity for my brain.
Thank
So
you. Fantastic. That's really wonderful. Yes. And I mean, this is something unique. Like, even if you don't know how to practice art or what to do, you can still kind of bring it out through your brushes, and that's good to know. And possibly there will be other people around us who would feel more confident about using those brushes and going on for strokes on the piece of paper, really. So I can bring in Kamla here, and she was saying, yeah, like she enjoys. I think she's taking more and more interest in the paintings, and yeah. So I'll give it to you to kind of come in at this point, and then we are gradually going into the painting, actually doing it. So I'm ready with my papers and pens here, and so I will ask the audience to get ready with their paper and their watercolor and brushes. We don't need too much, because sometimes, someone just told me this morning, is that like, okay, if I don't have a brush, what do I do if I don't have a paintbrush? I said, well, do you brush your teeth in the morning? Use that one, use a spare one of that, and you can do spray paint with us, or you can whatever, you just need to use anything and everything that you can find around yourselves. But yeah, over to you, Kamla, now. Apologies, my internet is very poor today.
Hi, hi. Thank you for letting me join. I think Soma's work is amazing. I've seen some of her other work as well, so thank you for sharing all your work with us. I don't have the imagination to have gone upstairs and got a spare brush, so I actually went and bought me some things today. So I've got loads of brushes and paper and everything. So I'm looking forward to this. I would class myself as somebody who has no idea about painting, because I've never really done it apart from at school. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
you are muted, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to add the blue palette camera here now. And then what we are going to do is, and this is what we do using technology, doing some painting, arts today, this afternoon. We're all going to enjoy it. So I'm going to take all of us from the screen now and just focus on the drawing. And then we can carry on drawing in the background.
Nildani, is it visible?
It is visible, yes.
Okay, great. So, today we are, Indrani, can you show, like, before we start, there is a, okay, might be, is there a butterfly I had shared with you?
Yes,
Or,
absolutely. Yeah, I have got that. I have got the butterfly that you sent to me. So I'm going to
so
bring that
butterfly,
on.
I chose to do a butterfly today because butterfly has wings. And whenever we think of happiness, we think of a few things, and butterfly definitely comes into that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So this is the butterfly we are going to make. So what do you think? Like, we can make it or not?
Yes, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
be
sure.
brave.
That's the spirit. Great. Let's go.
Yes. I'm trying to be
Okay.
brave here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I need a little bit of pencil work before we start to paint. So see here we will be making this with a small head.
I can see that you are, when you're holding the pencil, is there a specific way that we should hold
Yeah.
the pencil?
So here I always tell, see, when we hold the pencil like this to write, our control is over here. Okay. And when
Yes,
you hold the pencil like over here, like this is a smaller pencil, even with a pen or something, if you hold over here, your control is actually on your shoulder. So this is another thing, like, when generally if you have seen artists hold the pencil like this, a little far away from the tip, so that is actually their control is from the shoulder, and I guess that is enhancing your fine motor skills.
fantastic. Yeah. No, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So then we make the wings. So the butterfly is a one-sided butterfly, and this is how we make the wings. Just a few lines. I guess Moinak, Swanand, and everyone in the studio, we have Moinak and Swanand. They are, I guess, in grade 7 and 8, I guess. Hi, Swanand.
Hello, I'm in sixth grade.
Oh, so sorry. I guess there is another. So sorry. Hi, Moinak. Moinak is in 7th grade, and
Yes.
Swanand is in 8th. Okay, so please do paint with us, and the rest of them, I guess we all can paint together. So this is the drawing we need, and there is a butterfly where sorry, there is a flower where the butterfly is trying to sit.
Can you please zoom the drawing because I can see? Yes, thank you.
Oh, is that better? Yeah, drawing has to
Yes,
be done
yes.
like, in 2 minutes, and we will jump into the painting part, which is the most interesting part of this session. So see, generally people say ki we can draw without we can paint without drawing. That is also very interesting something, like you do not always need a drawing. Drawing is just to guide you. So yeah, of course, when you are doing some serious kind of painting later on, maybe you think of enhancing your drawing skills, but it is not always required. Okay, so this much is the drawing, and if you just let me know if, once you're done with the drawing, we can start with the painting part.
Yes. And in between, we can try and have a look into the butterfly that was painted before.
Okay, yeah.
And it's wonderful as well, isn't it? You send me some
So
of
this
the.
will be fine. So again, it is drawing. As I told you, we can make a wonderful drawing without painting without a list of drawing. So there was
Yeah.
no drawing. So the person who made it wanted to just play with colors. And here also you see there are a lot of blues, some yellows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe his mind was like, at that time, blue generally, we can
we can associate blue color with something very calming, like maybe he was in a very calm and quiet state of mind. And yellow we can connect with happiness, so we can just see some sparks of yellow.
Yeah. And one of the interesting thing is that during this kind of time of pandemic, I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
colors of rainbow was, it was actually kind of bringing in a kind of, strength. So people have been using the colors of rainbow to show solidarity, to show togetherness, to show that they are staying strong, to also thank people, and it's now very much there. So I think that those colors, the 7 colors that's in the rainbow,
The entire
particularly
spectrum.
may,
Yeah.
yes. And what is it? Can you tell us a little bit about that? The
Okay,
rainbow.
so see, this is fish, like
No,
so
about the rainbow.
we-
Sorry, I got it changed. Yeah, sorry. About the colors of rainbow that you were saying, that some spectrum.
okay, spectrum, like see, generally what we know about the rainbow, key when the sunlight enters our Earth's atmosphere, it breaks up into a lot of colors. But what the colors which we can see are actually divided into 7 broad divisions, and that is the rainbow. So now, if you see Indrani, like it is very much connected to human body as well. If you know about the energy circles or chakras, I guess you must have heard about it.
Yes.
That's energy circles in our body. So they also have the exactly same colors of rainbow, starting from head to root chakra. It is like violet, indigo, blue, and so on and so forth. And the root chakra is red. Now, generally, what happens is when any of these chakras, any of these energy circles is imbalanced, we get some kind of mental or psychological, physiological ailment. So maybe someone who is feeling like I will say something. Green color is the heart chakra. So someone who is sad or something, like feeling low, you just push in some green. And like color therapy and color theory is enormous, huge. So whenever at that time we ask them to use some green color, some eat something green, maybe wear something green. And enormous there has been lot of research which has shown ki this has worked like miracle. So that is how we resonate with colors.
That's fantastic to know, because sometimes and that's why possibly art is very much linked to nature as well. Some aspect of it, because when people say that, okay, we are not feeling very well and feeling a bit down today, and then they know that if they are going for a walk and come across some you know sort of a landscape, there is
Yeah,
a quick uplift of their mood.
exactly. Even I have heard about a place in Germany, like that is basically a place where a lot of offices are there. So in between those offices, they have built an art gallery. Now during it has been seen ki, during the break hours, these office goers are visiting the art gallery, and they're every day they're like coming back every day, and this art gallery changes this their every week, they keep on changing their show. So these people flock there, and immediately there is a change of mood, and just they come there to feel that, like when you see an art piece, you you connect to, because see, when an artist is painting, as I told you, we bleed our emotions on paper. So
Mm.
the person, we mostly project that emotion on the viewer as well. So when the viewer is watching, which watching the show, they connect with those art pieces, and immediately they can maybe they feel all those strong emotions. It has been seen a lot of times. That's why these people have, initially it was built for some reasons, but they have thought of not removing the art gallery from there.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we do the painting now? I guess everyone is done with the initial drawing.
Yes. Anybody wants to share at the moment?
Anyone wants to show their drawing right now? It's just a butterfly, I guess, or you all are done. You can just lift up your paper and show us if you wish.
Ma'am, can I show?
Yeah, please.
Right.
Okay, it is though not very much visible. Ah, yeah. Yeah, lovely
Wow.
butterfly.
Lovely. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let us paint,
Can
okay?
I show?
Yes, why not?
Yes.
Please.
Go ahead.
We love to see. Excellent. Very
Wow.
good.
Wonderful.
Now
Wonderful.
see the fun begins now. Okay. So I would like all of you to watch it before doing. So I'm applying water, plain water. A lot of water I'll be applying on the butterfly. It may go out. See, as I told you, we are not following any rules, no lines, anything, nothing. It's just going out. Now see what we do. We'll take some color, any random color. I'm taking some red, followed by some yellow. Might be I'm feeling happy. That's why this yellow comes in. And see, just enjoy how the color mixes with each other. Can you see this place? The color is just blending into each other. I'm taking some brown because brown is an art color. I love brown. I take some green. And I'm not particularly bothered about how it is moving, how where it is going, how it is coming back. I'm not at all bothered. I'm just moving my colors, brushing my brushes, and I can also do this. I will take some colors in my brush and splash these colors. See, like this. So, can we do this? Would you like to do?
Yes.
Chalo, let's start playing with the colors. Later on, I am using a tissue paper to take out the extra water if there is any. A paper napkin to take out the extra colors.
Do we need any kind of special paper to do watercolor?
There are special papers for watercolor. Definitely, there are cold pressed and hot pressed papers. So this one I am using is a hot pressed watercolor paper from Brush Pro. But generally, you can do it like the drawings I have shared with you in Rani. You are just projecting. Those
Yeah.
are done in normal papers. So
Right.
initially, you can start with whatever materials you have, and later on, if you think like yes, I want to do more of it, then you can think of investing. Yeah, so this is a normal drawing on a normal piece of paper. This might be the other one, or it might be a watercolor paper. Yeah, this one might be an watercolor paper. The way the colors have mixed and all, so it says might be it is a watercolor paper, but this is again a very normal paper. This is again this person. I do not know. He was in a very somber mode, and he wanted to use brown. So he was using all the art colors. So he used brown and green. So generally, what we do is we give them all the colors and ask them to take up whichever color they want. And that's why we generally do not have any particular drawing.
Hmm.
Because when you have a drawing now, you have a suggestive thing on your mind. Okay, this is a leaf, this is a tree, this has to be green. Or this is sky, this has to be blue. So that's why we give them a blank canvas where they can, express themselves. That is the most important part.
Yeah. That's really
Okay, so as we again move back to our drawing, I will apply some water over here now, outside the butterfly. And then I'm using some greens. You can use any other color if you wish to, whichever color suits, like, applying water is very, very interesting. That helps the color to mix and match with each other. Now, generally, flowers are always red, but I think they can be any color. Like, I particularly am fond of blue, so I will give some blue color to my flower. And again, see, I'm not following any lines. And a little brown in the middle of the flower. Now here I'll be adding some brown and blue just for the butterfly's body. And it is just, I'm again not following the drawing. This might be the legs. So this is how it is going. Now my butterfly's wings have dried. Maybe I can take out some colors or water with using a paper napkin. I'm using some dark colors here. Generally, I was thinking, is there any questions from the audience? I guess I saw some
There are,
questions.
yes. I was just thinking that whether we bring it up now or as we go along.
Yeah, we
There are
can, we
some
can.
questions,
We can
yes.
wait for others to, finish the painting. At
Okay.
that time, we can. What's the scope of experimenting in watercolor in comparison with other mediums? Okay, so the scope is enormous. Like, thank you, Anup Chaudhary, for this question. I really wanted to talk about this when I do watercolor. You know, for watercolor, we just need water and any other thing. You can use coffee, you can use common soil, you can take some mud or something like that from your flowering pot. You can use that. You can use the flowers itself. So all these things can be used. You can use the turmeric powder, which is there in your kitchen. You can use some tea leaves. You can use the leftover of your tea and then use that. So anything and everything, experimenting with watercolor is like huge. The scope is enormous. So other mediums, see, the color is solid. Like when you talk about oil pastel, we generally do not have that opportunity, that scope to experiment with that because the color is solid. Again, talking about oil and all, I have not used. There might be some scope, but I am not aware of it. I must be very particular about it. I have hardly used oil color because I'm so happy with watercolor itself. I hardly want to change ever. So yeah, the scope is enormous.
So we have got another question here as well from Amal Chaudhary. Hey Soma, do you think that shifting to online classes actually helped you in spreading your art experience? That's a good question.
Thank you, Baba, for this question.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, yes.
Okay.
So, see, online classes, I'll tell you what happens is generally in a normal, regular class, the child is doing, I guess, Tejasvi can also, share her experience about it. So, I will tell first, like, the thing is, ki, in a regular art class, maybe the child is unable to do something. So, what the teachers do is they do it for them. But when it is an online class, you are showing the entire artwork to them. Every single child or every single mentee, they are doing it on their own. You can see the artwork like whatever it is there, it is in front of you, and your child has done it. No one, yeah, I have just guided them. I have just guided them, but otherwise, the child, we can know actually how much they are learning. Like if we bring in the learning experiences, we can know how much they are learning and how much we need to work on them. And of course, we can, spread more, like, with internet and with technology, we can reach out to where not everywhere.
Yes, and I think that people are taking, particularly children, they're taking very much interest on these online lessons, I believe, because of course, I mean, there is a kind of a discussion at the moment going on around, okay, when we are going back, is this digital culture going to end? So everybody is going to be meeting face to face. Yes, I mean, both are the same, isn't it? So the young generation, they're very much embedded in this digital culture, and it's kind of part of their life as if. So these are all going to stay, and I think that the reach of art or any kind of creative expression during this time has come to the surface because of the digital spaces.
And one more thing, Indrani, I like to say, like, see, when it comes to like only art, like, I have seen there are artists over here in the remote villages, and
Hmm.
they have wonderful skill and talent, but they are unexplored and they cannot reach out to the world because of lack of opportunity. Now this online classes are actually helping them. They can reach out to, we can reach out to them, and they can also reach out to us. So this communication is getting established.
Yes, that's a very important point, actually, and I think that that's how we are. You know, the scope of it is getting bigger, but we are also engaging with more people who won't be otherwise. I think who otherwise would have been in a disadvantaged position, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, see, before this, now we are accepting this online thing. Before this, the acceptance was not there. People used to be really not very sure of whether they can learn anything, like
Yeah,
alone art, they can learn anything on online.
yes,
Now this COVID situation or something, they have taught us that yes, if you have interest and if you have the willingness, you can, whatever the medium be, you can harness all the opportunity that is in front of you. Willingness is important.
and that's very important, actually. Yeah, that actually takes me to some of the painting actually I was seeing the other day from you as well. We'll come back to that later, maybe
Okay,
after
so
I
I'm
finish.
just finishing off, like, a
Oh, this
few
is really
lines
good.
in the wings of our butterfly
Yeah.
with a thin brush, and kind of like we are done. See, the butterfly is there, flapping its wings and sitting on the flower,
This is
and your art
beautiful.
is made. So I guess it doesn't take much to make this kind of this piece of art.
Yeah. And what would you say, how powerful is when, so say for example, when you were painting the butterfly,
Mm-hmm.
you were looking more concentrating on the colors and and how to mix them and all of that. But after that,
Mm-hmm.
when you were doing the strokes now around
Mm-hmm.
their wings, there is a section here where possibly some people will struggle because they will think, well, I need to follow a particular
No,
structure.
that's right. See, Rani, if you just follow if you can see the lines, they are
Yeah,
the most random lines. Anyone, like, you can take a kg cake or a standard one cake. They can give this kind of random lines. That's why I make it this way. There is
yeah,
no particular thing where you will struggle with. All the lines are random, most random lines. We know this kind of, thin lines just circling around the blue, making the flower come out. See, that's the
yeah,
basic thing. This is the most
yeah.
basic lines we have used for this painting. Now, see, as I was telling you, here it was more about expressing. As I
Mm,
told you, I chose butterfly because that is something, any when it comes to happiness in our mind, we think of a few things like balloons, like butterflies, like ice cream, even like chocolate. Even if you ask a grown-up person to name few things which are happy,
yeah,
they will. So butterfly will come definitely in them. So this is kind of an happy arrangement. Now, this, as I told you, see, this is the most basic art form in watercolor. Now, those who are a little bit skilled, they will feel a little disappointed with that. So, we have definitely some advanced watercolors for them. So, here I will like to share a few of my paintings.
yeah.
So, my
So
journey through watercolor.
yes, so I'll go into those paintings. So
And also, I like
if
to
you
see whether
remember,
those who are in the studio. Okay, wow. Okay.
do you remember this? Because last year for Manavotsav, we kind of asked you that can we actually take this picture from you because we wanted to, do our last session with this, and because we were talking about building happiness, and we were in the middle of a strong pandemic at that point of time.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
I do
there was
remember. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then this one. So are these so what kind of medium have you used for these ones?
See, both of them are, these are not watercolors. These are oil pastel, and the one before was soft pastel. So, actually, I was browsing through the Pinterest for some pictures for my classes. So, at that time, I came across these pieces. These are painted from those photographs.
Yeah,
Now, you can see the happiness, like, the smile, so innocent, so pure. So, it is kind of telling you that happiness does not require much. Like, there are, you can find happiness in very small things, in everyday things. and
yeah,
and see the smile. Like, that's why I keep on going back to this kind of drawings. So I keep on making them.
yeah. I can see that. And then there was something around you were saying about the kites as well. You can still stay grounded, but you can
Yeah,
also fly
exactly.
at the same time.
The kite is something from my very childhood, my uncle flies kite. So I used to go to, like, with him on the terrace. Now my niece, my nephew, they all go along with him. So, and then I used to see with utter amazement ki how the kite which was in hand, it just goes up, it just flies up, and it goes out there into the air, into the vast sky, and still we have that thread in our hand. We can call it back anytime. So that gave me, the sense of. I used to look at it and I used to feel something like that. Ki, yes, you need to be grounded. At the same time, you need to fly high. So that's why this high.
Then we have got this one, isn't it, Buddha? And this one is also watercolor.
Yeah, this one is also watercolor. So
Right.
see, the Buddha is in blue,
Yeah,
and the person, the monk who is sitting in front is in brown. Generally, we know the color of renunciation is brown, but the
yeah,
Buddha is in blue, like, ultimate serenity. The blue color is very intriguing. I find it very intriguing because it is kind of very deep and very serene. So that's why I make
mm,
Buddha in blue.
that's wonderful. Then we have
Okay, Krishna.
this.
Like, yeah, this was made during the Krishna Janmashtami. So I just wanted to, wish everyone, and I generally try to wish people with a drawing. So it is kind of my artwork. I try to wish people with. So this was made, to win last to last year in March.
Wonderful. Then we have got some experimentation going on here.
Oh yes. So this is two forms of art coming together, like dance and painting, watercolor again. So dance is again something I once used to pursue, but then I let. Okay, another piece which is very close to my heart. In really, I get this. You remember
Yes,
your
please.
Kolkata days? Like
Yeah.
in the evening, from
Yes.
every houses
Oh,
you can hear these conch shells after puja.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So it gives this conch shells. Now, whenever I see them, I also have one piece at my home, but not very regularly we get the chance to blow. But
Yeah.
the sound itself is so pious, so auspicious. So I really love. And another thing I can connect with this conch shells. If you just hold the conch shell in your ear now, you will. They say like you can hear the sound of waves. And I
Yes.
have actually experimented and it actually happens. So the moment I hold them in the ear, and I love sea, so it
Yeah.
kind of takes me to the seaside.
Yeah. I mean, we used to do that in our childhood days as well, isn't it? So, and this is just the thing where basically it's that scientific thing around air and how it gets trapped in the conch shell, and then
Exactly,
when you blow out, it's kind of it's sometimes used as an instrument as well, in kind of movies and to kind of integrate the social life
exactly.
um, in the movies as well. Yes, that's wonderful. And this one is something which is really wonderful, and there is a story that goes in here, like children like very much in it. It's called the Room on the Broom, and that's the picture. When I saw this one, I was thinking, well, is it that? But it's not actually something different. Would you like to tell us a story about this one? This is really
Yeah.
interesting.
So I guess it was made during when the pandemic and the lockdown and everything started. So I was just not very much in a mood to make a proper painting, but I had something like pen. It is made with pen and watercolor. So I first drew it with pen and then I put in some watercolors. So it is like my art helps me to fly. And whatever the situation, whatever the reality is, I can create my own reality with my brushes, with my paint, with my art. And if you see, there is a wing, like the girl has some wings. So it is kind of my brushes give me the wing to fly high. So when I have this brushes, when I have my art with me, I am not stuck anywhere. I am actually liberated.
Yeah,
I can fly high. So that is the story behind it.
that's wonderful. Yeah, and I was imagining something like that, and I kind of gave it a name. I said, "Make the fist that holds the paintbrush."
Wow.
So that's a gift from my side to you.
Thank you so much. I love the name. I will change the title for this painting.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Another interesting thing I
So,
found. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
oh,
What's this
okay. So
thing? Like we go from
that
artist to something like an artist, and what's this journey? What were you trying to say through this picture?
this is something I found this picture in the internet, and I immediately could relate to it. So, see, an optimist sees the glass half full, pessimist sees half empty, the realist will see the glass of water. So, the physicist will think of it like upper, there is a gas on the above and liquid below. So, so on and so forth. And finally, when it comes to the artist, whenever an artist will get a glass of water, they will immediately give their brush and use it. So they will not think of anything else. All these things be there on their own. So they will just make the maximum use of it. They will give their brush and use it as a medium. So that is one thing. Another thing I'd like to tell you, ki whenever I paint, I generally do not keep a glass of water like I'm drinking or something, or my cup of coffee or something. I never keep it on my right hand side because see, I'm a right hand painter. So
Yeah.
immediately I take the brush and I dip it immediately on the cup or on the glass of water which I was drinking, and then I will forget and I'll drink the same thing. So this
Right.
glass and the brush unique actually reminds me of that kind of thing.
It's a good thing that you made this point because so that's a tip for the parents. Don't keep it on the right hand side,
Don't
or
keep it
don't
on the
keep it
right
away
side,
from the
on the hand towards the hand where it is they are
yes,
painting. But
yeah,
again, Indrani, just I would like to say, you see, this is like you get so much engrossed in your art, then only it happens. So you are actually in the flow.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you are
yeah.
so much enjoying your thing. You are actually oblivion to whatever is there on the surroundings.
Mm,
So that
mm.
is art. That is what art does to you.
And that's why it's powerful, isn't it? That's why
Yeah, of course.
it takes you off your reality.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wonderful.
So I guess we can have a look on the artworks like which have been made. Have you made
Yes.
anything, Indrani?
Uh, really? Me on the spot? Okay. I'll try and share that.
Okay,
I
sure,
said to
sure.
bring back our young champions on board and
Kamla.
this one.
Oh no, I
Uh,
was expecting. I was thinking really you will make next time. You should have all your stuff with you.
you mean for me? I've been doing it. I will share it, but I'm not that confident yet to
Yeah, I
share.
guess your video is not there, Indrani. Moinak and Swanam, can you show us what you have done so far?
I'm going to get my power from the children first, so let them
Yeah,
speak.
see?
Ma'am, may I show?
Yes, Swanam, please.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's very nice. That's wonderful.
Wow,
That's a lovely thing, Swanam.
Ma'am,
that's
I want to say
wonderful.
something.
Yes,
Yes,
Swanam, please.
yeah. Go ahead.
In April, when the lockdown started, I was getting very bored. I was not even able to go down, and these classes really helped me to engage in something. It's interesting.
Wow, I'm happy you enjoyed, Swanam. That's really great. And I will say that Swanand is making wonderful artworks of late. We will see some of Swanand's artworks. Indrani, I guess
Yeah.
you can show the video to the last part, like a few of their artworks are there.
Yes,
The
yeah.
video I
Let's
shared.
do that in between now, and then we'll come back to the
Okay, yeah.
painting.
Moina, would you like to show? Oh wow, Tejasvi has also made.
Oh,
Just 1 minute. Can we see
sorry.
Tejasvi's drawing? Oh wow.
Wonderful. Wow, that's
Uh, Tejas, this is actually very basic for Tejasvi. I know Tejasvi's artwork is there in the video we have shared. She's a wonderful artist, I must say.
Thank you.
thank you very much. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
wonderful. See, it immediately uplifts your mood, isn't it? When you see so much
exactly.
color
Yeah,
on the screen.
that's the power of art. So, can we have the video?
Okay, we'll go for the video now.
So, towards the last ending part, we have our few of the artworks of our blue palette.
Yeah, we went through this one, isn't it? So, how are
Yeah,
you?
we went.
Are you running all of your classes digital at the moment? I know you've got the Instagram one channel as well, so which is scrolling at the bottom at the moment.
So this is the exhibition of our students, and it
Yeah,
was really wonderful exhibition and a lot of artworks. You know, in Rani, that was the best part. Each parent and each person they were inspiring others by buying the artworks. That was the most encouraging part of the show. So mostly, almost, I guess, 40 to 45 artworks got sold. Isn't it, Tejasvi?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is the NMMC school. At NMMC school, we did an art show, an art competition, and they really enjoyed it. So here come some of the works of our students, like Rushita Ghosh. This is by Pradipta. This
Wow.
is by Shriya. A
Wow.
lovely face. This is by Chinmay. Shravani. This is by Lakshmi. She's from US. This is again by Chinmay. This is Mainak painting. This is
Wow.
Nunmay doing her artwork. Lovely one. This is by Tejasvi. See, I told you. This is
Mm,
one of our very senior artists in our group. In she's taking classes. This is Mayu.
wow.
So a few of our. So we could see show this much only.
This is wonderful. My goodness.
So that's it. Like
Did you see
that is what.
Minak's painting?
Mainak, can you show your painting? We are waiting for you.
Wonderful. I'm going to, of
I
course.
can't see actually. Like to me, the video is off, and his I don't know whether he's there at all.
Yeah. I think it's just the
Can you see
video.
me?
Yeah, yeah, no, I can't see you. Your video is off. We can't see. We can hear. We can hear you. You can turn on the video, Maina.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can hear
darling.
you.
I have
Can
turned
you?
on. Can you see me now?
No, dear, we can't.
Kamla is there. Kamla, have you finished yours?
Indrani, I'll
I'll,
leave from this one. I'll join with the other one. I guess everyone is done.
Okay.
Indrani, I'll show mine if you show yours first.
Ah,
Yes.
that's a good one. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Actually, my video is not. I don't know what happened to my internet today, but this is what I have got. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can't see it. Can you see it?
No, you can't see it. That's a good way of not showing it. Oh wow!
Has it come through? Oh,
1 second. That's all we get.
what's happening right now? What's happening on my internet today? This is possibly one of the things that we need to think more about. I think when it comes to digital disruption, because my internet has not given me this much of trouble, which is it giving today. Ooh, look at that! Wonderful.
I feel embarrassed.
Wow, very beautiful.
The colors went a bit mixed. It was an interesting
Wonderful.
experience, though.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I know that you like butterfly as well, isn't it? I mean,
Oh, I
there was
do.
a time that I was asking you, yeah. So all of your profile pictures were butterfly, and it was like, what's in it? And you said, no, that's colorful, but also it's very very nice to see, and it's soothing for your eyes and all of that.
Mm. I actually have it as my profile photo.
Can anyone see my video?
Oh yes, you can now.
Okay, this is my drawing.
Oh wow, it's amazing. Brilliant.
We didn't share this. Could you share the picture? The one that you get painted.
You're asking me to do that.
Yeah, I think we've got so much. Okay, okay,
Yeah. Wow, it was wonderful, Kamla. I loved your drawing. I was, yes,
What
it
is
was.
this?
I really, really amazing. Like, it's
Right,
really
right.
wonderful.
You
And
could hardly
Moina,
look
yours
like a
also.
butterfly.
Yes, Kamla.
Could hardly look like a butterfly.
But did you enjoy the process?
I loved it, yeah. I know what you mean about actually just messing about with color. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is more important. The process is more important. We keep on
Yeah.
doing it one day or the other. It will look back, but seriously, if you ask me, it is really looking good. And Mainak, yours is also wonderful. I can see you are still working on it, but it had come out very well. So that's nice.
fantastic. So I think what we can do is to, we've run out of time. This is what happens when you do painting too, and it's wonderful, really, that experience of doing the painting together. But to bring it to a close, can I ask you all to kind of hold your pictures up? I don't know. I'll try and start my camera and see what happens. Hmm. And then we can actually mine up and Swanan and 23. So we've got all the butterflies and see, look at that. That's the positive vibration that we want to spread more out, isn't it? That's wonderful. On that note, thank you very much for joining us and keep painting. And I will take up some of the, we had some of the amazing comments here as well, as you can see. So we're going to display those on the screen at the moment as we go along. And there is a question that has come through as well in between, really, towards the end, and possibly the last question that we are going to take is why you didn't choose acrylic or oil pastel for today's session.
You are not audible, Suman.
Oh, yes, so sorry. Thanks, Kamal Chaudhary, for this question. See, as I told you, ki watercolor should not be, you may not have some colors with you. You can have some coffee beans, you can have some tea, you can have some turmeric powder, something, all these things at home, and we can use that as watercolor. So, and with oil pastel and all, like, it is more like, yeah, we need to know art, we need to follow rules, but with watercolor it is more or less like without any rule and without any proper guidelines and all. So that's why I prefer to choose watercolor as a medium for adolescent kids. They are very they don't have much time, they want some quick fix things. So that's why watercolor is the best thing. Like, we did this painting in just about 15-20 minutes, and you have a wonderful art piece. So that's why I thought of choosing watercolor.
Wonderful. So on that note, we bring this to a close today. And thank you very much for joining us in the studio. Thank you to everyone, to Soma, to H3, to Swanan, and Moina, and Pomla. And
Thank
to
you
every
for
of our
inviting
audience
me,
those who have joined us there
Indrani.
as well.
All the
And
best
hope
to
you
Manav
kind of,
Utsav.
thank you very much. Yes, looking forward
Kamla,
to
I'll
it.
be
And I
waiting
know
for
that we
your
have
activities.
Yes, we have
joining
got
us.
another session coming up
Okay.
on Bond Art, isn't it? That we are going to do this Sunday. So if you are interested, please do join us. And on Sunday at the Bond Art. And we have got some interesting sessions coming up around sleep consulting. And I'm going to play that video at the moment, like when we are coming to close. So thank you very much, everyone. And stay tuned, stay with us.
Sure. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, everyone. See you.